unmute everybody here. Get everybody going here. Unmute Janine, Emily, Barry. There we go. Everybody is here. Everybody is alive. Hopefully, somewhat.
Are we?
After the first 2 weeks of Horror Nights.
That's cute.
Oh gosh, I've felt it. I've had to go to bed at a decent time these last couple nights because I'm getting too old for this crap. Oh gosh. Anyways, hello everybody, welcome back. My timing is all screwed up because of the D23 stream Barry and I did, so I feel like we were here. I was like, weren't we just here a couple of days ago? But just Barry.
We were.
Yeah. Anyways, hello everybody, welcome back. We got the whole crew here. Well, most of the crew. I think Travis said he was going to kind of hang out in the chat. So Travis, if you're in the chat, say hi. But Janine's here, Emily's here, Barry's here. So say hello everybody.
Hello everybody.
Hello everybody.
And Queso Quackers, hello. Geek Serenity, hello everybody. Thanks for tuning in.
So what are we talking about tonight?
Spookiness.
Spoopies.
As we do best. So as far as the itinerary goes tonight, I figured at the beginning of the stream to kind of get scare zones and food. We'll talk about that first. Opposite order, maybe. I don't know. And then we'll dive into the houses because I have all of our videos queued up here. So as soon as we dive into the houses, I'll get those up on the screen so you guys can kind of get in the conversation here. Alex, hello. Thanks everybody for tuning in. We appreciate you guys. If you're watching on YouTube, do all the YouTube stuff, thumbs up, share. If you're watching on Twitch, hopefully you're following us on Twitch because that's usually the way that works is you get notified. So if you're not, follow us on Twitch, all that jazz. So without further ado, let's talk about some Halloween Horror Nights food. And I have a feeling it's going to be a lot of ravioli discussion.
Ravioli. Give me the formula.
So yeah, Halloween Horror Nights 2023, all the food, we've kind of gone over it. We've discussed it on the previous live streams, what the event's going to have. Barry and I did the Taste of Terror thing back in August. And so we got a sampling of everything. So I'm kind of curious, is there anything, Jenny and Emily, besides the ravioli that you guys have tried that you've liked? Or is it 100% team ravioli?
100% team ravioli.
So there's one other thing. There's the duck confit like pastry puff thing, which was really good over like the former Kid Zone area.
Yeah.
That was great. But no, Emily and I had fun with ravioli.
It was just us disassociating at like 11 p.m.
Yeah.
Eating it on the sidewalk because there were no benches to sit on.
And we're just like yelling like, Megan, like looking for Megan the entire time we're sitting on the sidewalk.
Where is she?
Yeah, what's she doing?
What day was I there when we all met up with Travis and everybody? Was that?
Just yes.
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 I have no idea. I have no concept of days anymore.
Yeah.
No,
I don't know. I've walked by Travis like twice now, so.
I text Emily. I'm like, where are you guys? Getting ravioli.
Ravioli.
Yes.
Ravioli.
I'm pretty sure I literally just replied ravioli.
Yeah.
Before the stream, I was showing off my Fedra.
So many.
This was the first one I got at the Taste of Terror. This is now my office pen holder, and I have two empty ones. I don't know.
One of mine's a napkin holder.
Napkin holder's a great idea.
I'm just gonna use one of them as like a plant thing, and I told him he should grow mushrooms.
I was gonna say grow mushrooms in it. That'd be the perfect idea.
That's perfect.
But yeah, Barry and I, we've kind of discussed the food and stuff. I love the walking taco. I've actually caught myself getting that a couple times at the Day of the Dead booth. I've been meaning to try the what's the corn, not the corn dog, but the cheese. The other thing at the Last of Us booth over there by the Mummy, with the, gosh, I can't think of it.
There's twisted taters, and then it's the cordyceps corn dog.
The cordyceps corn dog. I think that's what I'm thinking of. I've been meaning to try that because I've actually heard people say that's actually pretty good.
Yeah, I heard the same thing. It looks good. It looks like it's actually a decent size too for the money.
Yeah. Barry, anything on food before we move on here?
One of the things we had at the media event that we didn't get at the Taste of Terror was the Cheddar Jalapeno Hellfire Club, which is at the Stellar Bar booth. That thing is very, very good. That was very good. And of course, like I think I've said before, the vegan walking taco, both the regular poutine and the vegan burnt-in poutine were definitely the best things I have definitely had from any of the food booths. And I will say the ravioli, from the time we had it at the Taste of Terror preview to when we had the media night, massively improved the sauce. It was a lot spicier, a lot more flavorful. I remember the one we had media night was very bland. Yeah. So it's the ravioli definitely improved from the time we first tried it to when we had it right at the event. And then the fried till the end chicken, the fried popcorn tossed in the Nashville hot sauce,
the Chucky chicken,
drizzled with ranch, topped with scallions and chili threads.
Yeah,
I think that's really about it. And I know you really like the peanut butter burger.
I liked it. I don't see me getting it a whole lot because it's such a it's a lot.
$13.99 for.
Yeah, and the price too, but it was good for what it was. It was actually good, and we tried the carnival corn dog, the Oddfellow. I tried it, and I was like, I don't know if I got just like one with nothing on it, but it was a hot dog. It didn't have that gross factor of what everybody thought it was going to have. There's a lot of good food at the event this year. There's still several things, like I said, I've wanted to try, and some things that I've wanted to get on return. So, all right, let's move on to the scare zones. And I'm not going to go down a laundry list. I figured we could just kind of chat about the scare zones. Is there anyone in particular that's really stood out to you guys this year? Obviously, you've got Dr. Oddfellow's Collection of Horror, Dark Zodiac, Jungle of Doom Expedition Horror, Vamp 69 Summer of Blood, and Shipyard 32 Horrors Unhinged.
Vamp 69.
Caden's tuning in. What's up, Caden?
I mean, they all have their different. Dr. Oddfellow's obviously the best thing about that is Dr. Oddfellow's in the zone when he's in the zone, because he's not always in the zone. And
he's not always in the zone.
If you can catch him when he also goes up on the stage, that is the highlight of that zone overall. They normally have 4 or 5 scare actors, and that's about it. And
I don't have that much room.
But it leads you into Dark Zodiac, which has a lot of people in it.
Yeah, I've had probably the best interactions in Dark Zodiac, like in the face, like watching the chainsaws, just super fun. Opening night, I'm a Cancer baby, so having Cancer guy to come up to me, I was like, this is great. He's my little baby. And I had good interaction with Virgo the other day too.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and I feel like Zodiac and then Jungle between 9 and 11 p.m. so many people are in line. Those zones are so empty that if those are the best times to go through those zones, if you want to interact with scare actors, get some great shots of the scare actors, because I think I was there Sunday night. Yeah, it was Sunday night, or no, it was Saturday, the first Saturday, and I'm walking around. It's 10 o'clock, 9:30, and it's there's nobody in Hollywood because everybody was in line for a house. Yeah. So yeah, Vamp 69, it's packed all the time it's just because location. Shipyard 32, same thing. It's a tight location. But yeah, between about 9 and 11, that's your best time to go through Dark Zodiac and Jungle, because you can actually get some real interaction and it's not slammed full of people. Jungle's great. Vamp 69, we've already seen the scare actors evolve with that zone since it, because that is very much a scare actor. Yeah, it's got great sets and stuff, but it's all about the scare actors in that zone, and there is a ton of scare actors in that zone, which is great, which is what's needed for that zone. And I mean, we've already seen. Not that I really want to hear Sweet Caroline again, but I mean, we've seen them doing conga lines through the scare zone. Vampires doing conga lines through the scare zone, which is just I'm glad they're letting them have a little fun. It's always usually that zone, the vamp zone, is usually the one where they let loose a little bit and interpret things, and I think that's great. Because you've got some great sets, but there's not really any. There's not much in the way of. There's only a few like show sort of pieces this year, skit pieces this year. Not as many as we've seen in years past. So.
Yeah, they really. I've said it before. They set the bar high last year with the scare zones.
And then who's seen the Megans?
All of the videos.
Aaron.
Did Travis see the Megans?
Travis saw the Megans.
Yeah, Travis saw the Megans.
I've yet to see the Megans.
Yeah,
I've seen the Death Eaters more than I've seen the Megans.
Seen the Death Eaters quite a bit. Yeah.
Yeah. Caden says Vamp 69 is so great. The soundtrack this year too is wonderful. Yeah,
they spent some money.
Did they?
Yeah. And Don says love the soundtrack. Vamp, they nailed it. Yeah, that was one scare zone where they had to really nail that score, the background music with all them iconic late 60s, early 60s songs. And
you have the Beatles and the Rolling Stones on the playlist. That's
it was great. But yeah, no, as far as Vamp's growing on me, I'm gonna have so much. There's like you said, Barry, that scare zone is packed with scare actors, so I'm gonna have a lot of fun. Me and I got it right here, my trusty little camera. I'm gonna have a ton of fun filming that scare zone. Probably Dark Zodiac too. And I love Jungle of Doom, just the vibe. And I think we all can agree there that Jungle of Doom probably has the best vibe out of all the scare zones.
That's my favorite one.
Yeah, that's my favorite.
Yeah. Dark Zodiac, I wasn't into it at first. It's grown on me. As like I think Caden said earlier on when he was chatting here. Yeah. He said Dark Zodiac has gotten better every night I've seen. Yeah. I agree, Caden, 100%. It's the few times I've gone since opening night, the actors have definitely started to get into their role more, and yeah.
We didn't talk about it too much, but Shipyard, all the throwbacks to all of the previous HHN with all the creatures is always it's such good fan service.
Yeah,
and I finally got to see the animatronic go off Sunday. Was that? I don't know what day is what anymore. Sunday, I think it was.
I haven't seen it yet.
That was pretty cool. Yeah.
I saw that. I've went through. I don't know. Like we keep saying, all these nights are a blur. So it's hard to pinpoint. But I was going through one night with the specific purpose of pointing out some of the throwbacks in Shipyard, and I saw the Tooth Fairy, and there was one other character I saw that was familiar. Everybody's loving the
vampires.
Patricia.
Yeah,
Patricia. The vampires from God, what's
she was from 21, wasn't she? Like first.
I haven't really. Caden says the score in Shipyard is so good. I haven't even paid attention to the background music in Shipyard, to be honest, Caden. I'll have to pay attention next time, because I'm a huge audiophile, and I always listen to the background musics and everything of the scare zones. And
I mean, I could see where the sort of sadder music works in that zone, because I mean, these monsters are trapped. I mean, Dr. Oddfellow's trapped these monsters, and it's like, do they really want to be here? And of course, it's part of the reason they're trying to escape.
Yeah.
I like all the scare zones this year, and like I said, I think Dark Zodiac, Jungle, and Vamp stand out the most to me so far this year.
Yeah. All right. Let's bounce on over to houses, because we have 10 to get through and talk about. So like I said, I'm going to leave it up to you guys. Where do you want to start?
Exorcist.
Exorcist.
Give me a house.
Smells great.
All right, hold on.
Bring it up.
Present. Share screen. Window.
Bring up trailer.
Team's call right now.
Trailer the house. Trailer the house.
Believe it or not, this was the house that I got scared in on media night.
Really?
One of the demons got me really good. One of the devil creature things, I don't know what they are, but I was filming and I was so focused on what I was filming. He came out and he got the little rotating devil doll.
Yeah.
One of the devil creature things, one of those things. he came out and he got right in my face, and I turned around and I jumped. He got me good. But yeah.
So yeah, short girl supremacy house.
Oh yeah. It surprised me so much. Like I went into it being like, oh, okay, it's another demon, whatever house. That's usually not like my big thing. I'm like, oh, this is actually really good. I was shocked how much I enjoyed it.
Yeah,
I still have no idea what's happening, and I'm still watching. I
mean, it was so dark, and short girl supremacy.
Yeah, no, I mean, they all the scare actors in the house, but especially all the women, they go hard. They are just like in your face, just And I'm so glad that I can't really smell that well right now. So. So
yeah, that's
and I'm also usually wearing
wearing
a mask anyway. So I've heard some people are very disgusted by this house.
Yeah. It's not as bad as the 2016 one though.
Yeah, I didn't.
That one was every time you went through that, you were like, oh.
You didn't even have to go through it. You could smell it outside.
It's that smell. Yeah,
Aww,
I remember
there it is, right there.
That smell, Emily.
The one thing I really liked about this house was the design of some of the exorcism, like this room right here. You're walking around the exorcism being performed, and I love this kind of immersion when you're, instead of just walking by a scene to your side, as most of these haunted, you are put in the middle of this exorcism being performed, and it makes the immersion so much more better than just kind of walking by. I think the devil creature that got me was that one right there that just went by.
Jumpy guy. This
one right here. I actually think I got my jump because I was filming that. I was filming these things. Yeah. That one right there.
Nice.
He got me good. It was pretty good. So
no, I mean, anyone who's watch this, we love it when you get to walk around a scare.
Yeah,
some of my favorite moments over the years have been when you've gotten to walk around a scare, or you're walking through and multiple things are coming. You're walking through a big giant room and multiple things are coming from different angles at you. Yep. As you're walking through, and you're seeing anytime you get to see an entire story scene play in front of you, that to me is always a highlight of a house.
It made me more amped for the movie. Like, I'm more excited to see the movie now too.
No, I'm excited.
Well, now I have to see the movie because I still don't understand what's going on.
It's demon possession. It's an exorcism.
Everybody online thinking
people
that Howling Hornets is getting too demonic and too satanic.
Well,
I mean, didn't we have like a circle to like worship the Pumpkin Lord at one point? Like,
yeah. So. I was part of that. Yeah, the summoning circle.
I told you to go over to it. I was like, for content.
Yeah.
It's funny they people who don't know anything about it, the event, it's like they bring that up. It's like, let me talk to you about the most horrible house this year that has nothing to do with the supernatural. It's just horrible human beings, which we'll get to later.
Caden says Exorcist was a giant surprise for me. Yeah, I was pleasantly surprised by that house. I didn't know where they were going to go with it, but then we went to the media event. Then we got the idea that they were pitching it as a walkthrough trailer for the new Exorcist movie. I was like, okay, that makes sense. So we went through it, and I was pleasantly surprised. It's a pretty solid house.
Pretty good house.
There's all right, where are we going to next? Pick one.
Yeti.
Pick one.
Yeti.
Pick one, anyone. I'm playing like roulette.
Please stop yelling.
HHN house.
Please stop telling me what to do.
Oh, I named the baby Yeti.
What did you name the baby Yeti?
Kiwi.
Okay.
I don't know if I got him on the video.
Because his face looks like a smashed up kiwi.
Yeah, kind of.
The first night going through that big boy just got me. Like, I was like, oh, you're there before we even go fully through the facade. Okay.
Yeti this year is obviously the comedy house. Lots of fantastic bits in it from some of the actors. What the hell are those things? That's like one of my favorite lines so far this year. Lots of really cool kills in this house from the Bigfoot Yeti creatures. And lots of
my son.
Yeah.
And then poor Kiwi. Oh, you skipped over Kiwi.
Yeah,
I didn't get. We went back.
None of us did.
Kiwi's on the ground. Kiwi's on the ground.
This one's fantastic. Yeah.
Yeah.
I missed it. This was my first.
We all missed it opening night.
So I also do have to say I love how everyone's like, this is the comedy house, and this is the house one of my friends that I went with on Sunday was like, this thing mortified me. Like I hated it. It was so scary. And I'm just like, but they're just little guys.
Yeah.
They're just
It's like, sorry.
Guys.
They're just fuzzy little
Sorry,
guys.
we meant dark comedy. Dark comedy.
They're avenging a murder.
Dark comedy
There
horror.
he is. What the hell are those
What are
things?
those things, yeah. No, I love this house.
They're
It's
everywhere.
great
I
night.
like that snake in a toilet though.
1950s the snake in the toilet.
Totally missed
Snake in
that the
a toilet
first
can
time.
go do
Snake in the
something to itself.
toilet.
I think
Which
it's right
apparent-
here.
Yeah, I don't
Yep.
like it.
There it is.
Well, and apparently it is Charles Gray.
There he is.
The creative who designed the house. That is one of his childhood nightmares.
Yeah, same.
Is
Bestie.
a snake in a toilet. So that's why we got snake in a toilet. I just love the 1957. And of course, we see the return of HHN Bear.
there he is.
I love when you're watching Cash Change too, and you just see him like wobbling across the like, I love how big you are.
The entire cast change for Yeti's
It's
fantastic.
so fun to watch.
All the Yetis lined up, and yeah, it's fantastic. So
Yeah, it's great house, great, like I said, 1950s setting, the campground, all of it. It's parts of that project. If you get to watch that whole scene unfold in the camper, it's hilarious.
It is.
Yeah.
Everyone got real excited with projections this year, though.
There were a lot of projections.
Yes.
There's like a projection budget, and they're like, let's blow it.
Which is great because it's a good way sometimes to tell the story because of the house or what's going on in the house. Because, like we've said, they have gotten in the last 5 years. Not that every house didn't used to have a story; it did, but now they really the houses are just more cinematic than they ever used to be.
Caden says Yeti is number 2 for him. What the hell are those things? Yeah, that's one of my favorite one-liners this year so far.
Yes. I think you and I died laughing when we went through the first time and he popped out.
If you go back and watch that video, I think I caught me just like dying laughing. He probably, what the hell are those things?
Anyways, when you guys go in next time, please pay your respects to Kiwi. I will not accept any other names.
I got a good picture of Kiwi the second time we went through because at the end of opening night, excuse me, we had a few more minutes to go through a few more houses for our RIP tour. So she took us through Yeti and Dragons. And this was me in Dragons. It was fantastic. Anyways.
No, we didn't take selfies in Dragons.
So all right, what's next? Oddfellow, Darkest Deal, Monsters, Chucky,
Stranger Things.
Stranger Things?
Sure.
Okay. Let me bring up Stranger Things here.
I'll just make all the decisions at this point.
Eddie and Vecna the house.
And Steve, kinda.
Badwig Steve.
Badwig Steve. Who I still yelled Steve at every single
This is my favorite projection all year. Just 1, 2, 3.
Her snapping like a twig. So great. This Eddie was fantastic.
I never get this Eddie. Every time I walk through, I never get it.
He like, and that is a long cue he had. He nailed that thing. But yeah, so many Vecnas. I mean, the highlight to me is when you walk into the Vecnas upside down. That I think that's really cool. There's some things I
had to ask Aaron who that was.
I didn't know who that is either. Who is that?
It's the second victim.
Yeah.
For Vecna.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was totally confused as to who. I was like
editing
editing the
just
video.
Like,
I was
lady.
like, random ghost lady. Who is this? Yeah. Okay, that makes sense now.
This whole area really
Fantastic.
did it for me. I enjoyed this part so much.
Yeah.
It's also really great timing of watching. I feel like I feed off of other people getting scared. And so just watching people just like scream at that.
This is my favorite part.
And the Vecna's just coming out from everywhere. They're big.
Poor Chrissy.
Poor Chrissy.
Rest in peace.
Chrissy, wake up.
Yeah, this room with the staircase. This room was phenomenal. Yeah, with all the Vecnas and You had the clock in this room. Yeah, the clock right there.
Muffled Kate Bush in the background.
Yeah. I think that was one of the more impressive rooms for me.
Badwig Steve.
There's Steve.
I know the first night I was like, "Is that Steve?"
I love this scene too because most everyone's, I forget what day it was, but like most everyone was walking.
That was
through,
so cool too.
and no one was really looking up, and so one of the staff members was just like pointing at the ceiling, and people were like, "Oh!" And then they're like, they're like, "That's the upside down." I'm like, "No, we're in the upside down."
Down, yeah.
This was fun.
They keep getting better and better. This Eddie and
This was
Dustin.
fun.
Yeah. Are they getting better at playing off of each other?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like the other night, they were both like just basically fighting for the amp to stand on it. And I was like, babies, what are you doing?
I love it.
No, I thought it was a great way to
Such
do
an
that
iconic
scene since, you know, from what we heard, for music legal reasons, they could not show Eddie playing the guitar because it would apparently cost a whole extra amount of money.
Really?
I know, those notes on the floor.
Yeah. There's a whole reason why he can't be playing the guitar.
Mr. Vecna again.
Yes.
Flambe.
Lots of Vecnas.
I'm glad that was like the only really one Vecna figure. It wasn't like the past Stranger Things houses where there was a bunch of figures.
What's his name? The bully guy that gets cut in half.
Canoe.
Yeah. I was so glad that they included him being like cut in half when the house starts breaking.
Yeah. Such a good little detail.
Yeah, I saw that and I was like, that's awesome.
That scare got me one night. I was not, because the first 2 times I went through, one of the holes was missing and I didn't realize there were 2. And I was just like, cool, I got wrecked.
And that's it.
No, I mean, I know some people have complained about the lack of the Russian prison stuff, but I think I like that they just concentrated on one section of the story. I think it just makes it a little bit more coherent. Instead of trying to shove everything in there.
Yeah.
Like the last house did, where they just tried sort of cram everything they could out of both seasons in there, and it just ended up being a mess.
Yeah.
No, this was a huge improvement over the 2-3 house.
Agree.
Definitely.
No, it tells it just tells a straight story of the kids and their battle with Vecna as you go through the house. I think it was good to sort of just condense it down.
Caden wasn't into Stranger Things this year. He said, "Great dark ride." Yeah. A Stranger Things dark ride.
It is a lot like a dark ride.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd be cool with that.
Yeah, Stranger Things dark ride would be pretty cool.
Yes.
So
it's called the E.T. Adventure.
Yeah, right. So okay. Where are we going on to now? Oddfellow, Darkest Deal,
Chucky.
Chucky. He's just a little guy.
He's so small.
Chucky it is.
I hate to say it, but based on the videos I've seen, Hollywood may have gotten the better version this year.
I'll let you know.
I know.
I saw that they got real
Chucky.
big boy in that one.
Yeah.
They got so many puppets
I
in that
love
one.
him. Look at that.
This little puppet at the beginning, he looks fantastic. Is he? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I couldn't tell if he was an animatronic or he was a puppet with somebody.
No, he was an animatronic.
Yeah. So what did you guys think of Chucky? Let us know in the chat.
Also, Tiffany should have been in the house more, but it's okay.
Yeah. Poor little printer girl being offed by Chucky. Yeah.
I just wish it had more like storytelling elements. It just kind of gets confusing after a while.
I need another run of it. I felt super overwhelmed and I left like, what was that? It was Chucky everywhere. But just killing things. That's it.
Yeah,
Chucky
TV
screens.
The TV screens just I feel like take
TV.
you out of the house.
I get like not every house needs to have like this super cohesive type of flow through and cinematic kind of story, but I was like, I'm confused.
Yeah, I think it's that, and I know we've discussed before. There's the limitations of that space. Especially the first half is very tight. You're very limited about what you can do through that space.
Did we lose Emily?
Yeah, Emily's power blipped.
Yes.
She is. That place is. Yeah. Oh yeah, I see her power.
She's haunted, probably.
Yeah. She's got her own exorcism she needs.
No, I mean, I thought, it was good use of the puppets. I'm glad that there is no 6 foot tall Chucky in a mask.
Agree.
So it's fun. Hopefully
it's very fun.
I feel
Travis
like we
says
need
we are not dissing Chucky in this household.
We are not dissing. We haven't dissed anything. I would like a couple more run throughs.
Yeah, I need more runs of it.
See if I think a lot of it comes down
details.
to as the puppeteers get better with the timing, because that's really an issue with the puppets, is you've really got to nail that timing.
Yeah.
And stuff, and we'll see. Last year, but like I said, I feel like this space has some limitations, and because like last year, the black foam part was pretty good. The freaky part sucked.
Yeah.
For lack of a better term. So, and I love this that we have them.
Yeah.
And that is they actually got me on that run. So.
Yeah, I forgot what the guest activated button did. I hit it.
It caused
Isn't
one
it in
point
the
it caused
Christmas section?
the fireplace.
Yeah.
To
It was in the Christmas section, and it
yeah,
caused
I hit it. I hit the button, and then it causes the fireplace to I can't remember if it was light up or start shooting off some smoke or something.
Yeah. So, all right, that's Chucky. Yeah, I'm kind of in the same boat as you guys. I think I need a few more runs through it. I've only been through it once, media night, so I'm kind of
once.
Yeah. I'm reserving judgment until I go through it a couple more times. I want to go through it with my sister, who is absolutely terrified of Chucky. She is morbidly terrified beyond scared stupid of Chucky. So I think that'll change my perspective greatly.
I know. Emily and I need to go through with Emily and Aaron, because I know Emily said that it was an experience with her of just little guy everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, and like we were saying, the Hollywood one looks fantastic with the 8-foot tall Chucky and
so many puppets in that house.
Yeah,
there's so many puppets in that house.
Many.
Travis says Hollywood is better with animatronics, but ours could have been worse.
I think there's more than the one animatronic too. I think there's a couple. There's there's 3 of them maybe in Hollywood. It was a lot.
Yeah,
I was impressed with how many Chuckies they had.
Caden says he liked it a lot. Chucky. It's not great, but it's fun. Yeah,
it's fun.
It's fun.
There is not a stinker house this year. There's not one that's
Yeah, Caden, that was one thing that I had to get on video when I was filming on the house
dishwasher.
On media night. Yeah, I looked
dishwasher.
down and I saw little Chucky feet, and I was like, "Oh my god, this is the cutest thing ever!" And I sat there for like a solid 5 seconds, recording little Chucky feet going like this. It was so funny. So yeah, the Chucky feet are
and it is a house that if you haven't seen the TV series, it helps to have seen the TV show. It's because some of those kills are from the TV show.
From the TV show, yeah.
So
I was wondering that because I have not seen the Chucky TV show, so I was curious.
It's really good. It's very good.
I've heard the show was good. I haven't gotten around to watching it. And I've heard that. I was curious as to how many of the kills were from the TV show, because I recognize the ones from the movies because I've seen all the Chucky movies.
The dishwasher was from the TV show.
Yeah, the dishwasher is the TV show.
And there was a couple others that were from the TV show.
Okay. What is one house that we could talk about with Emily that she would not miss?
None of them.
Maybe Darkest Deal, because
Darkest Deal?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm thinking of things that she has to say for everything else.
Yeah. I feel bad going on. I've been trying to stretch out Chucky as long as I can here during the stream. I'm like, come on, Emily. Come on, Emily.
And Emily's response to this one would probably be, he's just a little guy.
Yeah.
So.
Okay, yeah, let's do Darkest Deal, and then we can kind of, hopefully she's back in here soon, and we can kind of go through the rest of them. So the Darkest Deal, let us know.
Great facade.
Yeah, let us know in the chat what you guys think of the Darkest Deal. This house, absolutely one of the best storytelling houses this year.
Easily.
The storytelling in this house is absolutely phenomenal from start to finish. you have to be, I know a lot of people go through haunted houses just scared stupid, and you're jumping at every scare actor, but if you can really focus in on the story they're telling with this house, it is absolutely phenomenal. Janine, what did you think of
So I distinctively remember telling my friend as we're walking into this, oh, this one should be cool, but I'm not that jazzed, like pun intended. Jazzed.
Wow.
But I know.
You and your dad jokes.
I'm terrible. Yeah. And then I walked out and was like, okay, my mind is completely changed. It's beautiful. The storytelling's amazing. It smelled really good. Like it reminded me of Wicked Growth. Like felt so many like essences of like Wicked Growth and Graveyard Games and like everything all together. I was like, it's probably my number 2 right now.
Yeah.
Like and there are some solid scares, and it is dark and it is creepy. It's just all the things. And then I'll stop talking. I got the best triple scare on Sunday, where the guy with the violin in like the crypt area made it diagonal. So like I didn't want to like run into it. So I start walking diagonally, and then the ghost popped out, and then the Trump guy honked at me. And I'm just like, this is great. This is great. I got everything I wanted to come for at Halloween Horror Nights. So
there was one scare in this house that I got startled by, and I think it's coming up here. It's one of the scenes where he's performing. Yeah. No, this is
that's a witch.
The witch doing her thing.
Welcome back, Emily.
Thanks.
Yeah. Welcome back, Emily.
I love my tower company.
I'm trying to remember where it was.
It's after this. I know exactly what you're talking about.
There's like a hidden one where he comes out of like
the piano.
Is it the piano one?
Oh,
it's the piano one. It's after.
It's right after
this. Town.
Yeah, it's right after he takes his soul.
That guy got me. I didn't get scared, but he startled me. It was a good startle for me. But yeah, no, the scene, right there.
Yeah,
that's the ghost town scare.
He got me good. He gave me a good startle. But yeah, no, this house is phenomenal. Just from start to finish, the storytelling. It's got good scares.
I love going to hell.
I know. From start to finish, it's got the whole bag. It's got good scares. It's got a good story. It's got everything. So, Emily, Darkest Deal, any thoughts on that before we tried to pick one? I didn't want to pick one that you were gonna have a lot of thoughts and opinions on. So, anything on Darkest Deal? Well, I mean like.
It was love.
I picked one that you'd be brain dead in.
I tried to stretch out the Chucky as long as I could. But Darkest Deal, any thoughts on any thoughts on Darkest Deal before
I think it's probably my second favorite original this year, because Mama loves the storytelling element. And it's literally storytelling from start to finish. So we love her for that.
Yeah.
It's definitely my second favorite. It was the one that I was like, this is going to be the one that surprises everybody, and it surprised everybody. Great storytelling. Like I said, it's a story based in Americana music. The touches from the signature when he signs his signature and it writes itself in blood.
Yeah.
Just the music throughout the house. There's that special effect. There's the LED of him stealing his soul special effect, which is one of many uses of LED on costuming this year. It's just a great house, very dark. Just tells an amazing story, and that you sort of follow him from the beginning to the end, and that the collector is following him the entire time. He thinks he's getting away. They don't imply, but you sort of get the idea that you're following his projector, but you are also walking his path. Yeah. And he thinks he's going to get away, and he thinks he's, but then, he pulls his soul at the end, and it's just great. It's so well done. I
still want to do it like first day in Scream, where my eyes can adjust, because every time I've done it, it's been at night.
It is blinding in there. I ran into walls during.
There were
That's why Barry was out of commission.
there were a few people online on Twitter and stuff saying like they ran like if you do stay in screen with this house, your eyes don't adjust.
You need to wear sunglasses
Yeah.
during stay in screen. I mean, that's period. Anytime you're doing stay in screen is wear sunglasses. So,
well, let's keep with the tent houses and let's do. You guys want to do Oddfellow next?
Sure.
yes, might as well.
Sure, sound good. All right, Dr. Oddfellow's Twisted Origins. And Barry, that's terrifying.
Back of Barry's head the entire
the back
time.
of Barry's head.
Scariest thing.
Absolutely terrifying. Let me fast forward here.
We tried to do a lot better this year of keeping ourselves out of the videos.
Yeah.
Didn't always work, but we tried to do a little bit better job this year. Love this house. If you don't like clowns, this is not your house.
It's my favorite clown house I think I've ever done.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
It's so well done.
I have to say, I think that's the only clown house I've ever done besides like Jack stuff.
It's got its own vibe compared to any
These
other
things are
clown house.
terrifying. These,
Yeah, I do not
it's
like
so
them.
funny seeing people get scared in that room.
yeah.
Oh wait, I didn't realize there was an actor in there.
Yeah.
Okay, that's good
Yeah.
to.
And I have to stroke Jack's little.
But yeah, these
suit every
spinning
time I go
head like
through.
jester things where there's Jack's costume. Little Easter egg, right? If I go back, I quick catch it.
There's 2 of them in there.
Yeah. I was lucky to catch the one.
It's right there.
Yeah. So anyways, and then obviously going off of Jack, you do see if you're
I love that scare.
That scare is so
scare's
good.
fun.
And it's one of 3 appearances by Dr. Oddfellow.
Which I've never seen that one before, so
I just
I only thought there
love,
was the 2.
I love just how the tent houses like the past few years have just maximized their space so much. Like this
That's a
doesn't-
baby.
Doesn't feel like a tent.
Look at
Yeah,
him.
but-
I
little
have
pieces.
seen that lion get people so badly. It's hilarious.
And then the what is it? Is it a minotaur? Is the other thing?
Yeah.
What it's called? Yeah.
And this is another example of walking around something. I love.
We're just like enthralled watching.
I know. That's the other thing with
You're
this house.
walking
It's fun. It's a really fun house.
Yeah, I love how you walk around the ring and she'll sometimes pop out. But no, great house. Lots of Easter eggs. I'm doing the 3 house tour and I can't wait to
Same.
walk through this thing with the lights on.
The shooting gallery.
Oh, this is the room with the compressed air.
Mhm.
Pss, pss.
Yeah.
Yeah. Here's the Oddfellow killing Jack for those of you.
Yeah.
Yes.
I was able to stop and film the whole thing just about.
Oh, that's awesome.
So
And then,
there's
and you see him shove him in and then you see him swipe him.
Yeah, I didn't get to see the full thing of that before. That is super neat.
yeah, luckily I was able to stop for a few seconds and record the
And I
whole
love
thing.
this one's awesome
This
when you
one's
catch
great.
it. When
Yeah.
you catch it at the time, if you get the timing right, it's so
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
It's basically a show scene inside the house. And a police officer.
Called-
So yeah, that's Dr. Oddfellow Twisted Origins. Let me check in with the chat here. Queso says, I love Twisted Origins. It's so good. Yeah, it's a really good house. Kind of and we didn't mention the projection of the circus tent on the outside, which is such a small but awesome touch.
Nice.
Well, I said to
little detail.
Janine the other day, I was like, I'm almost upset. Like, this wasn't also the location for Killer Clowns when we had it.
I
Yeah.
know.
'Cause
Yeah.
It would have been perfect.
It would have been perfect. Yeah.
Yeah.
And the UFO. Yeah. The circus tent. Yep. Travis said, freaking love it. Not a bad house this year at all. Not at all. Okay.
Monsters?
Monsters. Whoops. I had 2 monsters up here. Let me get rid of that one.
Extra.
Extra.
I love my little friend.
Extra.
Extra. Wait, do you have a picture of Dominican Tom Hardy on the facade?
I also love that you walk into it and you're like, ooh, a mist. It's cool. Like, this is
And then you
great.
get pelted.
I love the facade. It's so cool that you're walking into the sewers underneath the Seine.
I'm also hitting it at like really good times now where I see either the Christine projection or you can also hear Raoul in the background calling out to her.
Yeah.
No,
I have to say my favorite part of this house was the Jekyll and Hyde part.
Yeah. You mean the werewolf part?
Yeah.
Yeah. I totally thought that was a werewolf.
Everybody does.
Yeah.
No, I thought it was a great sort of twist on the Phantom, sort of making more of him a slasher Phantom for this house.
I will say,
a bunch of great scares.
I wish there was more of the others. Like, don't get me wrong, love Phantom. But I wish there was a little bit more, like, of the others.
Yeah, Phantom's a little too long.
Yeah.
Lots of curtains in one part.
So many curtains.
Well, I don't understand why we're going through like a gazillion opera boxes, but that's just me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought the Phantom part was a little long in the tooth. I agree there.
I almost would have liked a little bit more Invisible Man because I love his parts.
I loved this whole part.
The room. When you walk through the room.
It was so cool the way that they did it.
I was curious how they were going to pull off Invisible Man, and they did a pretty good job.
Yeah.
It's the easiest job all year.
Maybe.
My baby.
This part did not realize until like that there's a horse.
That's a werewolf.
That's a nice shot.
He was really working the camera. Yeah. I was like, okay, work it, buddy. Work it.
Yeah, there's a lot of great Hyde scares, and then coming up is one of the coolest bungee things I think they've done.
I
so
was
far.
so upset on Sunday that my couple of my friends didn't get
love it.
That just so good. My baby. Esmeralda. I did yell at him Sanctuary once because the Hunchback was my favorite Disney movie when I was
That's fantastic.
That explains anything.
And I love that the multiple scare at the end.
Yeah.
Oh, look, a werewolf.
Emily's set on her werewolf.
Literally.
No,
Extra.
I think it's a great
Read
house.
all about
It's not the best monsters house, but I think it's a great house.
Yeah.
I face it. I don't know. It's going to be interesting if they can ever top Bride, because I don't know if they'll ever top that. Because
I think my favorite's still last year's. Because
last year's my favorite, but Bride, I don't even know how many times.
Bride is like I've said. Bride is like walking through a movie.
Yeah.
The set design on that house.
I just hoping maybe next year, maybe go back to a little bit more coherent story, because I feel like as good as last year was, and it did have an ultimate story, this one really is not really. It's monsters killing in Paris.
Basically they like got out and they're killing people.
I'm sorry, is no one listening to my son, who's working very hard to sell these papers? Extra.
Travis said Invisible Man is the whole house, y'all. Yeah. Could have done without the rose queens throughout the ridiculous amount of currents, but the air gun was such a fun touch. Travis's monsters rank
having a stroke.
He is. So okay. I think we're down to our last three. Do we want to go Blood Moon?
You know which one I want last.
Yeah, same.
Let's do dragons.
Dragons!
My babies.
They are so good.
My babies.
I just love
my
that
babies
James
so
finally
much.
got a D&D house.
This literally is Dungeons and Dragons. The house.
It is literally Dungeons and Dragons.
Yep. Yeah. The costuming in this, like I expected it to be good, but it does such good justice to everything.
This facade.
That's a tree.
Yes.
When I came around the corner and I saw this enchanted oak facade, you could ask Barry. It's audible in this video. You hear me say, "Oh my god."
Yeah, I think we both said it.
I think we both did. we came around that corner and you see this facade. I was like, okay, we're in for a treat.
Pure nostalgia.
Yeah. And kind of going off what Barry was saying earlier, they used a lot of LEDs in costumes this year, like chest pieces that some of the scare actors were using. And
we had a projection budget and we had an LED budget and we blew them both.
Yeah. So let me continue.
Well, the beginning of this house, there's 2 full-on triggers that are literally, they're shooting, ice and fire, and they're using LEDs that go along the wall.
Yeah.
Which is so freaking cool.
So cool. Yeah. The entire house, I hate to sound like a broken record because I've said it so many times, the entire house is a love letter to the queue, to the story of Dueling Dragons.
I know opening night, you can ask my friend, I was literally like a little rabbit hopping around. I was so excited. And then seeing the babies and the skeletons on the side, it was everything I wanted and then some. It was perfect.
Castle, outside of the castle.
They just literally dragged and dropped sections of the queue into this house. Yeah. And it was just unbelievable. The set pieces, the scale of the set pieces in this house are just insane. And yeah, it was.
This scene was fun.
Yeah. I like watching people get smacked by the robe.
And then the book and the stained glass.
And in this room, I just have this because I know, Blizzrock is static in this scene. I'm just hoping that they do what they did last year in Black Phone, where everyone's like, "Oh, they're static," and then suddenly surprise.
Oh, you're talking about the guy in the chair? Yeah, yeah. That would be really cool.
Yeah, that's like my fever dream right now. Like final night. That
would be amazing.
That would be pretty awesome. Is the house scary? Not really.
It's beautiful.
It's beautiful. That's the whole thing. It's beautiful. And you never know what ending you're going to get. I've only gotten the Merlin one, so.
I finally got both of them the other night.
And there is a little nod to Flying Unicorn in here. We learned.
Hey, baby.
There's my babies. I looked up and I saw these two, and I'm trying to focus on filming, and I was like
on the floor,
shaking. I
freaked out.
And then choose thy fate. And this is where you choose fire or ice at the end. And for those of you, spoiler alert, you either get Merlin winning, or in this case, I did fire and Merlin lost. So
I've only had Merlin win once out of all of my runs of it so far, which is a little sad, but it's okay. So, they're just babies.
But yeah, Dueling Dragons, choose thy fate. My only, I guess not complaint, but my only wish was that the dragon statues themselves slightly moved somehow.
Yeah, I know puppets.
Yeah,
I know they're huge, and I know they couldn't have done a whole lot, but maybe just like a subtle head movement or something.
Well, that's where I just think people are getting confused too, if they didn't know like what the ride was or anything like that. I look at someone like the perspective of my mom, who has like no idea what Horror Nights is and like no idea what theme park lore, and then you get through of it and you're just like, 2 dragons. Goodbye.
No, I mean that whole the parts with the dragons is an homage to the entrance to the ride.
Yeah. It was funny. We before Stay and Scream, we're in like the San Francisco area, and we're talking about, are we gonna wait for Stranger Things first or Dueling Dragons? And this girl turns around and goes, "That ride doesn't exist anymore." And we're like, "The haunted house," and she's like, "They did that?"
And you're like, "Honey, please don't
like,
get one
yeah,
right
honey."
now.
Wow.
Yeah, it was.
Yes, they did.
We're just kind of like, yeah, they did that.
There's there was a I forgot, there was somebody online somewhere, and it blows my mind how many people. I mean, I get it. The Enchanted Oak is something that has not been at Universal for, I mean, what? Hogsmeade opened in 2000.
2005?
No, 2010, 2009.
Yeah, 2000.
Somewhere around there.
Yeah.
So it's been
15 years.
15 years. And it's just so funny seeing people come around that corner and seeing the Enchanted Oak facade and being like, "Oh, the facade was so cool. It was like this tree structure." And I was like,
Really? Okay.
"It's Enchanted Oak, you nincompoops." So, anyways, all right. Moving on to Blood Moon Dark Offerings.
I love Midsummer.
I think this was another house that was a huge surprise to everybody. 2010 Wizarding World. Yeah,
original.
thank you. So yeah, Blood Moon Dark Offering. You are this house was phenomenal.
And it is startling.
Yeah.
It is startlingly scary. It is so good.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, other people have said it online, but this may be one of the story-wise the darkest house they've ever created because there's no supernatural element. These people are just superstitious and they murder their own neighbors.
Case in point right there.
Yes.
Yeah.
It is so dark. And then on the other hand, it is jaw-droppingly beautiful. Like they have really perfected. This is probably, since Lightning Gulch.
I love
Dead
how you
Man's-
can see down the alleyway too. We get it in the video.
Dead Man's Pier, Chupacabra. They have fully nailed building a town as a haunted house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And this is the absolute just pinnacle of it.
Like the first time going through was like, oh my God, this is so scary and so pretty and so cool. And then like the second time I was like, the way they did some of these kills were really intricate and nicely done. So
I mean that candelabra.
Like, come on.
My mom went through it and she just went, "Aw." I was like, "Oh, I'm my mother's daughter."
The alleyways in between the houses, the fact that it's colonial period, so almost every single room has a fireplace. Just the detail that they nailed on
this one. It's just so good.
The pub. Even though I think
that scare got me.
The mirror. It's such a great mirror scare.
Yeah, solid one.
I love this.
This room
the
is
church,
gorgeous.
the chapel,
Yeah.
whatever you want to call it. These are some of my favorite scares. If you want to get me, do the whole fake out thing where you have a bunch of fake mannequins and one of them's real. That gets me almost every time. It was phenomenal.
The bell tower that you can see in multiple spots.
Just love the creepy appearance, like.
And then basically you're back at the beginning.
Yeah.
Yep.
And
the false-hearted must pay.
They have done something incredibly horrific.
Yeah.
It's in my 17 years ago of going, it may be one of my favorite original houses ever.
Yep.
It's jaw-dropping.
Yeah. And Sarah, our dinosaurs, the rodent cage smell when we walked in, we're like, it smells like a hamster. It was like, it really does smell like a hamster in here.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then it totally wrecked her. Sorry, Sarah.
The design on that house is absolutely phenomenal.
It is maybe to me it's the pinnacle of set design that they've ever done on an original house. It's I get it. It's the blood moon, so all the red lighting, but the constant red lighting kind of bugged me a little bit. I was like, can we change up the lighting in like?
It's the blood moon.
I know,
but you got to remember, you're in colonial times. The only thing that there is candlelight and moonlight. That's it.
Yeah, that's true.
You got to remember how nighttime then how.
You remember, Clint? You remember
there was
the colonial times?
I'm just saying, nighttime in that era, there's no street light. There's no, it is candlelight and moonlight, and that is it.
Yeah, that's true.
And that's why the entire thing is just sort of bathed in red because it's from the blood moon. It just makes for a very horrific scene. And now the last.
Emily's maniacal laughing.
I'm scaring my dog. Please hold.
Hey, Ahsoka.
Eat. Okay, I'm back.
All right. Yeah, we're wrapping up with literally the last of us.
The Last of Us. It's based on the show or based on the game, not the show.
I have a
Based on
bracelet
the
that
game.
says based on the
based
game. so I
on
remember.
based on a section of the game.
Yeah.
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 A
I think
good
that
section
to me
game.
that's one of the important things with
Yeah.
this is it's just one section of the game. I
Last of Us
love.
for dummies.
Go ahead, Emily.
The floor is yours, Emily.
Get down, Ellie. I'm gonna just reenact the entire house. That wig got better.
Commentary.
Yeah.
Also, I guess everybody thinks that's Ellie in the opening because he says, like, get down, Ellie.
Yeah.
So that's cute.
Yeah. No, this house,
We love an infected. Yes. We love the toolbox. We
I
love
got
We
the
love, we love
toolbox.
the distraction scare.
We love the workbench.
There it is. I even bring it up on the screen. Ready?
The workbench.
Crafting table.
Crafting table.
Amazing. Ellie.
Isn't that what it's
Ford.
called in the game? Technically, is a crafting
Yeah.
table.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It,
I'm just being technical here, people.
and the actors in this house go so hard.
The clickers
Protection.
nailed it.
Yeah.
Ellie spores.
I love
Spores.
the spray
Spore.
foam used in this part.
Oh yeah, if the
Yeah.
machine's working right,
Yeah.
you come into the bathroom and it's just floating in the air.
It
It's
looks
so,
perfect.
It's so perfect. It's
And the
it's so
generators around here somewhere too.
yeah.
Yeah,
there's-
I get the generator on camera somewhere here coming up.
no, and
There
I
it
love
is.
how
Just
how
like the video game.
It's like the video game.
different levels of infected.
This I love the setup for the clickers because you don't really see any of the
Well, it's the anticipation.
It's
Yeah.
You just
it's
hear
the-
it and you're like, oh no, they're coming.
Like-
It's the calm before you,
Ellie.
the gauntlet you're going to go through it
And like
to
Clint,
finish
I
this
think you
house.
said sometime, if I remember my brain's remembering correctly, that it's just like the overwhelming sense of dread
Dread.
the entire time you're walking through.
Yep,
It's,
they nailed it. Yep.
it's amazing.
Yep. And yeah, no, that was my thing with the Last of Us house is I was like, they have to capture that vibe of the game, that sense of
Found gas for the generator.
I was literally playing the video game as I was going through this house. I was like, oh, got the gas for the generator. But no, they had to capture
Big boy.
Big boy.
that was the first that's the first big boy. The first bloater. Here he comes.
Yeah.
Oh
hell
yeah,
yeah.
big boy.
Very
And then
good.
The second one, this one coming up almost knocks me over while I'm filming, which was absolutely fantastic.
And going through with the fire around you.
Oh, it's so good.
Right here, this one. Watch this.
Big
Watch this.
Boy.
He about ran into me.
Oh, he
I was
did
like,
such a good job. Good job,
Yeah.
boy.
He's
I was like,
big
okay,
boy.
dude, back up. And then the
I
oh
think
so
it's time for us
lackluster
to get out of
ending.
here.
I know this part.
I know. I don't want to talk about it.
Emily's like, I
I don't
don't
want to
want.
talk about that part.
Oh gosh.
Joel, I mean, we both missed it on our first walk through. Joel up in the window of the house.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
didn't get that on video. Yeah.
I mean, you're sort of on Ellie's path, so at times you are Ellie in the house.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's why I think that's their whole idea. That's why you don't see as much of Joel and Ellie as I feel like if you've seen the Hollywood walkthrough, there's a lot more Joel and Ellie in Hollywood.
That's literally why I booked a vacation. there.
But stunning set design, nails the game from having the music in the queue is like perfection.
Emily and
Yeah.
I were meowing to it at one point.
Because it just
Meow, 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 meow.
because it sets up that dour mood before you get into the house. And
I don't know what it is about the song though. It makes me really happy.
it's the
just
music in that game.
amazing.
It's the music.
I'm like,
in
wow,
that-
everything's so depressing. Somehow this is my comfort music.
in that game and the series. It's so beautiful. It's just
It
it's
is.
that's the and I think that's the dichotomy is you've got this beautiful soundtrack to this
Crafting table.
to this absolutely horrific situation.
Yeah.
Just it's amazing. You know, I mean, there's been other. There's not been a lot of video. The only other there was Resident Evil
Resident
Resident
Evil.
Evil, Silent Hill.
Yep. Silent Hill.
and Silent Hill. Yeah, those aren't even the same freaking league as this house.
Yeah.
Albeit those were years ago.
Well, the Silent Hill one was based on the movie and not the game.
And like we've said, and they've really emphasized, this is just one part of the game, and really makes you think.
Oh no, I already told you guys that we're gonna have the same thing as Walking Dead. I can tell you that right now.
We might have a few years of this, and I'm totally.
Which
fine.
I'm cool with that. I'm totally cool.
It's so weird how I'm gonna have to go to Hollywood every year now.
It's been interesting to see some non-game or TV series people who are basically like, oh, it's like The Walking Dead.
My friend was
ours
like,
a little
zombie
bit.
house.
I will say
no,
I do agree with that for our version of it.
Yeah.
If you watch the Hollywood one, it is very more character oriented.
Yeah.
The way I just basically described the two is like, do you like the characters? Go to Hollywood. You like the set and the music and everything like that? Go to ours.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it is a huge. It's the biggest house this year. And it is long. It is a long house.
I feel like Monsters feels longer to me though.
According to who we were told in the media event, it is the Last of Us is the longest house of the year. So I think, like we said earlier, there's not a bad house this year. There's not one house that's bad, and there are so many houses that are like of the level of great this year.
Yep.
You
got so weird how Last of Us is the best one.
It's definitely I would definitely rank Last of Us as one of my top IP houses I've ever been through.
I would agree.
I mean, for me, nothing's ever I don't know if anything's ever going to top Poltergeist.
Same.
But it is up there as one of the best, just based on what I've experienced so far, one of the best IP houses I've said. And same thing I've said, Blood Moon is, if I had to rank, one of my favorite original house. And I've only been through it a few times, and I'm already like, this is one of my favorite original houses I've ever experienced. So the fact that we have two of those on top of everything else that is just like great in all different ways this year, it's this to me is maybe the biggest stacked lineup they've had, I feel like, since 25. It's it's just so good. It's just all so good.
And I love the way I love the story behind the way the Last of Us house came to fruition with Mike and Neil from Naughty Dog.
We love tweeting.
Yeah, it was literally because of Twitter that this house got created.
Good things can happen on social. On social media. So.
I have the whole media event video with him and Mike talking about how it happened. If you guys want to check that up on our YouTube channel. But yeah, no, it's great to see them, because there are so many video games out there that would make great haunted houses.
Bioshock.
Even with The Last of Us.
That'd be so good.
When everyone's putting out like their top 4 like ideas, I put mine, and then I immediately was like, oh my god, I forgot about this. Oh my god, I forgot about it. And one of them was Bioshock.
Bioshock would be insane.
Some of mine are more.
I just want Sisters.
Yeah.
Bioshock would be nuts.
But there's so many video games out there, and I really hope that the success of The Last of Us and how popular it is kind of shows that you can do a video game house, and it's a huge draw, because they've been sleeping on so many great. I mean, yeah, there's a lot of great horror movies, but video games are such a fantastic and popular medium that there's so many more directions they could go with some of these horror-based games.
I feel it was the same way with the Weekend House last year as far as musicians go.
Teams,
it's like immediately it was like, Lady Gaga, Ghost, obviously, and I'm not in. There's so many.
More in our Billie Eilish house.
The long lost Billie Eilish house we never got, and be interested if they ever come back around to that again. So it's like the event has expanded as far as what can be used as a subject matter, and I think I want to continue to see more of that. It's on top of the white whales we haven't gotten, Scream, Gremlins, name them. There's a lot of them.
Yeah.
I feel like Chucky's a really good setup though for Gremlins to prove that we can do things with puppets and animatronics.
Yeah.
I think there were a lot of people saying that. I think there were a lot of people saying on both Hollywood and Orlando's version that Chucky proves that a Gremlins house with a bunch of puppets is possible, and it's doable. So yeah,
and it's Warner Brothers, so it's still an IP that's available. Unfortunately, anything from Fox now, that's never going to happen.
Alien.
Yeah, no more Alien.
Oh yeah, I forgot about Alien. Yeah,
Predator.
Fox.
No more Aliens or Predator.
Yep.
Ever again. The Fly. There's a lot of them.
Those houses were so good too. The Alien houses. Oh, memories. So, anyways, we're gonna wrap it up here. Get on out of here. All those videos that we were watching, for those watching the stream, you guys can go back to the ThrillGeek YouTube channel, check them out. I have all 10 houses, all 5 scare zones, a tribute store. Like I said, I have the full media event kind of show that they do with Laura Sauls and Mike Aiello coming up talking with what's his name from
Neil
Last
Druckmann.
of Us, Neil. And I have that whole thing up there on the YouTube channel if you guys want to check that out as well. So, anyways, I think that's it. I think we can get on out of here. We went through them all. We did pretty good on time. Hour and 14 minutes. I think we did pretty good. So, Nailed it.
Now we all go to bed to prepare for week 3.
Yep.
Week numero 3 starts tomorrow. So, and obviously we will probably do, one more stream, kind of a wrap up towards the end of the event, Halloween Horror Nights related, obviously. Yeah. And give our final impressions as to what we thought of the event overall. So look for that way later on. Like we usually do it after the event or the last few days, and all that stuff. So yeah.
And then next Tuesday, I believe we'll talk some Hallow Scream.
I'll be in California.
Other things. You'll be in California next week. Then Clint will be in California the week after. So.
Yep. So
we'll probably do a California stream at some point.
Yeah, and then when you two are both back, we can do some California stuff.
California streaming instead of screaming.
Hey.
I can make a list and pepper you two with questions.
Oh, Jesus.
It's me just going, I yelled at the big boys again.
Big boy.
Yeah.
You got enough steam in you, Barry, to do the outro?
Yes, I have my voice is almost completely back now. We are at ThrillGeek on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, Threads, social media. We are at ThrillGeek. Facebook.com/ThrillGeek. Please like and follow our Facebook page. YouTube.com/ThrillGeek. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel. And we've got a ton of Halloween Horror Nights videos. More will be coming. Same thing to our TikTok.
Lots and lots.
ThrillGeek.com for the latest in theme park and pop culture news. And you've been watching ThrillGeek This week.
Yeah, going back
Good
to...
job.
Yeah.
I can almost fully breathe again.
Janine, thank you again for hanging out with us on this Tuesday evening. We appreciate you. Thank you, Emily. Thank you. Appreciate you. And like I said, we will definitely be back probably towards the end of the event with our HHN 32 wrap-up stream, kind of giving our final thoughts and everything. So look for that later next month. And thanks everybody for tuning in to the chat. Travis, Figgy, Alex, thanks for all your input. You're welcome.
Caden.
You're welcome. Yeah, Caden. Thank you so
gone,
much.
Probably.
Yeah. So no, thank you.
He's got homework.
Yeah.
You leave that boy alone.
Caden does. I don't know if he's done one recently, but he's been doing some cool little Halloween Horror Nights streams over on his YouTube channel. So go give him some love.
He knows so much. I realize who his father is, but
yeah.
He knows. We were talking to Mike, and he's like, he knows stuff like I don't even remember.
Yeah. So go give him some love over on his YouTube channel. Subscribe, all that jazz, and follow us for everything. Like Barry said, we got tons of Horror Nights videos, tons more coming, and So we're gonna get out of here. Have a good night, guys. Thanks so much. Let me cue up our outro here. Where are we? I'm lost. Where are we?
I'm mentally eating
He's so
ravioli.
good at this.
There we go.
Yes.
All right.
I may need to go tomorrow just for ravioli.
I know. I'm tired.
Meet up with me and Madre.
All right, guys.
You.
We'll see you guys. Take care. Be safe. See you
care.
guys.
Stay safe. See you in the parks.
Eat some
Bye.
ravioli. Sell your can on eBay.